So Invincible season 2 is just now airing, and a lot of people are enjoying it, man. I mean, I'm glad that a lot of people are finding enjoyment in this series. I've personally never thought it was all that great. I mean, I don't really think it ever peaked past a 7.5 to 7 out of 10, but that's just me, right? I'm just a asshole that's consumed a lot of superhero media, but that's cool, right? It's okay. It's all right. It's not fantastic, but it's cool. There's a lot of good stuff in it, and I definitely think that Omni-Man is definitely one of the highlights and all that, especially when people are hyped to see his cameo and his appearance in Mortal Kombat games and crossovers and all that kind of stuff. So I think Invincible definitely has some good stuff to offer up to very casual audiences, some people that are veterans in the superhero genre. But today, man, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, man. And I'm for some reason a lot of people aren't talking about it. And I don't know why. Bro, this nigga Mark Grayson is fucking ass, son. I don't know what they were thinking when they named this man Invincible. Now, before y'all hop in my comment section and type me a whole essay that, oh my god, damn, but you don't understand. His name is Invincible because it's his spirit that's invincible, and no matter how hard he gets beat up, that he can come back every time. Listen, I don't care. I really don't care. I understand the message and I get it, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not trying to see how many seasons of this nigga getting his ass beat every single time he goes to somebody that's even around his power level. I'm tired of seeing it. Listen, the problem with this show is the framing of the fights, the fact that the main character does not have a very interesting power set whatsoever. I mean, he's just a Superman clone, right? Without like the heat vision and all that, right? I mean, he's got what? Super strength, flight, and durability. That's not doing anything for me. I've seen that in plenty of other media. I've seen that everywhere else. So I'm already kind of like, I don't really care. Also, your costume design sucks. It's just bad, right? I mean, you look like you're permanently in your alt costume in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It looks like dog shit. It's terrible. It looks ugly. Like, get this yellow and blue off of my screen ASAP, Rocky, please. And just the fact that like every time he fights somebody that's not fodder status, he's within an inch of his life. There's no back and forth with these fights, man. It's really frustrating. Bro, never mind the fact that people are more hyped to see Omni-Man in other media than Mark. Bro, who is hyped to see Mark in Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter? Who's hyped to see Invincible in other media? Nobody cares, bro. Like, ask yourself and be honest with me. Is Invincible in your top 10 superheroes? Is Invincible in your top 15 superheroes? Is Invincible in your top 50? Like, just make the roof of my mouth itch. Just here's the thing, right? And for those of y'all that have been around my channel for a very long time, y'all know that I don't mind one-sided fights sometimes. I think sometimes they serve the purpose that the narrative is trying to push very well. I mean, like look at the Ninja Turtles versus Shredder, right? And most iterations that they go around, right? The Ninja Turtles versus Shredder, they usually get whooped, they get spanked, right? Because the Shredder is so much better than them. Or even like Ichigo versus Grimmjow, right? I was talking to some of the homies, Ichigo versus Grimmjow, their first go around, right? Ichigo got words, right? You'll hear that, the around the world, you know what I mean? Stuff like this, even Yuji versus Choso, right? Choso is out of Yuji's league, but it's still framed very well. The fact that it's never it's never just like a tug of war. It's always like either Invincible is fighting somebody that is like barely above street level, or someone that's literally gonna cave his skull in at any minute, and we gotta wait for him to get a Saiyan rage boost. It's disgusting, and I hate it. It's just really annoying, man. Like, bro, like here's the thing, and I understand like Battle Beast. He was raw. He was cool. I get that. Battle Beast, cool, right? Caved his chest cavity in and he dipped. Afterwards, I'm cool with that. Battle Beast was raw. That's my guy. I like Battle Beast. Omni-Man, no shit. It's Omni-Man. I'm not worried about. Listen, I get it. That's the final boss of the season or whatever. And so if he wants to lose that fight, not wants to lose the fight, but like narratively, if he loses that fight because that's his dad and all those other narrative purposes, that's cool. That's fine. I understand that. I get that. That's where he's trying. That's where he needs to train to be. I understand that. But bro, you're literally getting jumped by cyborgs. What are we doing, bro? The off-brand Sinister Six is about to kill you until you decide to just tap in. What is wrong with with you? God, how are people in more danger when they see you show up than when you're not around? Please, if somebody explain it to me, please. I swear to God, the death count doubles every time he is within the vicinity. I don't understand. I don't understand. Dude, I don't get it, man. There's no back and forth. There's no tact with the fights that he has, man. It's just punch harder, and then punch until I get angry, and I decide to tap into my hidden potential. And that can only work for however many fights, man. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, bro, how many people died in his fight with Omni-Man? Like, like, dude, and here's the thing, right? Is I'm not like blind to the Invincible lore. I know some stuff here and there. You know what I mean? I haven't read the entire story, through there, but I mean, him versus Conquest is a fantastic fight. I actually really enjoyed that fight. And I know some like stuff like that happens with Thrag, you know what I mean? Especially at the very end of Invincible, the 20-year run or whatever it had, and him in the final fight, and like it's crazy, and they're fighting on the surface of XYZ. I'm not gonna go into it too much, but I mean, that's cool and all, but if I have to go through 3 to 4 seasons of him just getting mollywopped, I'm not interested, man. I don't care. Like, Mark Grayson is the Takamichi of the superhero genre. Like, this man, it just gets beat up, and then he's like, I ain't hear no bill. I can take some more. Bro, I'm trying to see that, man. Trying to see that, bro. If you were to go down your list of superheroes that people like, you got heavy hitters. You got Batman, Superman, Wolverine, the Hulk. You got the Flash, right? You got all these heavy hitters, right? Huge rose galleries and all that, right? But here we go with another edgy interpretation of the superhero genre with more blood, gore, and cursing. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Man, I ain't trying to see that. Man. Oh my God, Father Jesus! Listen, I'm rising my own blood pressure here, but I'm so tired of it, bro. It is season 2, episode 1. Episode 1. You're reeling from the fight with your dad, right? You understand that you can't save everybody. That's a hard lesson for any superhero to learn, right? That's cool. I understand that. But then at the end of the episode, you're like, oh, what's this machine? Okay, well, I'm gonna shut it down. Cool, sick. Hey, stop. And then you get jumped by the Maulers, the Mauler gang, and you're within an inch of your life, and you're over here gasping for air. What? This nigga Mark Grayson has not been invincible for 3 months, and he's already washed. You suck, bro. The Mauler gang? I don't even know how strong the Mauler twins are, and they got you like, bro, I know it's like 9, 10, or however many of them, man. It's whatever, right? But you couldn't just fly around and just not touch the ground. What is wrong with you? Oh my God, this man has negative hands. It's not the fact that he has no hands, he can't fight. And it doesn't even really like help the fact that the animation is like super subpar to straight up bad sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna like sit here and dog the animation studio for 10 minutes because that's not what anyone wants to hear. But it's weird because apparently it was found out that like this animation studio only had 1 prior credit to Invincible, and then before that no one knows where they came from. So I don't know, like there's a lot of shots in this show that look like okay to just like straight up bad. Like, you remember like when Omni-Man was like killing a bunch of those cyborg things or whatever, and he like cuts one in half, he like puts it on the camera. I don't know if I can show it before, like without getting demonetized, but it looks just, that shot looks very stilted and very weird. It just looks, it looks really bad. Never mind the fact that they copied and pasted, like literally control bead the birds. Like whenever Omni-Man got hit with that like hammer of God thing, like that little satellite thing, and like everything in the, and, like all the wildlife died, and all the birds were literally copied and pasted. That looked awful. It looked terrible. The explosion itself was cool. Like I can't cap. The explosion itself was cool, but I just, oh man, I can't take another season of Mark getting his ass beat, man. And now I know some people are gonna be like, oh man, but it's gonna make his victories that much sweeter. I don't care. There are plenty of superheroes that get beat on the regular, and I still root for them every time. You wanna know? Peep game. So y'all remember the Spider-Man video I made like 9-8 months back with Yume? I was talking about how Spider-Man was the GOAT. I talked about like one of the times he was like near death and he was fighting Moreland, and I think he fought Moreland for like 18 hours straight or something like that. It was like a day and a half or something crazy like that. And like literally he at one point left the fight, called Aunt May, told her he loved her because he thought he was gonna die, and got back to fighting him. Had a whole thing of like, you're Spider-Man, you need to act like it, all this stuff. He thought he was literally gonna die until he figured something out. But he was still going toe to toe with it. He was still giving Moreland that work. It's never like that with Invincible. He's just getting his face caved in. I'm tired of seeing his face bruised up. I'm tired of it. Like, oh my God. I can't take it anymore, man. Listen, again, like I said, I never really have thought that Invincible was more than a 7 out of 10. To 7.5 out of 10. That's just me, right? That's just me being cynical. But I mean, again, I know a lot of people enjoying the show, and that's good, right? That's good. Yep, good for you. But if we go like if I give it 3 more episodes and he keeps getting his ass beat like this and like barely surviving, I'm not gonna continue the show. I will tell you straight up. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, bro, you gotta stick around because he's gonna start beating a bunch of ass." Like, I don't care, man. I really don't care. It's not even an issue of like him like crying a bunch or anything like that. Like, he was like a crybaby that like gets stuff done still. Midoriya, Tanjiro, you know what I mean? You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I think Takemichi's a better protagonist than Mark Grayson, and I don't even like Takemichi. That's a hot take. Hot. Serving it hot hibachi, fresh off the grill. Hot take. I think Takemichi's a better protagonist than Mark Grayson. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. But I don't even like Takemichi. I think he's a bitch-made nigga. I think that's what he is. But you know what? At the end of the day, bro, no matter how bland and how uninteresting I am generally in Mark Grayson and how generic I think he is for the superhero medium, I'll try give it a chance, bro. I'll give it another 3 to 4 episodes of Invincible season 2 or whatever before I land on my final verdict, before I drop the show inevitably. Again, another edgy retelling of the superhero genre with more blood, guts, and whatever, to shock you, to get your attention and to get you to tune in next week. But yeah, man, just it's been your boy Daffy, guys. Just, oh my God, I don't know if I have the energy for it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.